When taking a look at the legends here in Apex Legends, overall, they're all pretty well balanced. I mean, some are slightly better than others, and you're going to see them chosen more often, but it's not like one is completely worse than any of the other ones. You know what I mean? Like, talking about passive abilities, active abilities, ultimate abilities, they all kind of have their pros and cons, and overall, it's a fairly balanced game, which is what makes it so fun. However, recently, there's been some new information uncovered when it comes to hitboxes. So the size of your character in game has a massive effect on how big your hitbox is. And oftentimes games will try to, kind of reduce this a little bit. Like, even if you're a slightly bigger character, they try to keep the hitbox the same because obviously that's a big disadvantage. But here in Apex Legends, there is a massive, massive difference depending on which legend that you choose. And shout out to Spooky Spy for this info. I'm gonna link his video down the description. He went through in public matches and just kind of like drew lines around people shooting to try to figure all this out. He spent hours and hours on it. Seriously, shout out to him. That's awesome. But let's take a look at these results. Bam. Right here. These are the hitboxes for all of the legends in this game, and oh my gosh, this is a massive difference. Take a look at the far left. We've got Wraith over there, who's always hunched down, and even when she's running, she's doing that like Naruto like meme run, and she's always kind of like being all sneaky and stuff like that. Her hitbox is tiny because of the way she holds her body, whereas on the far right, we've got Gibraltar, who obviously is massive. If we take a look at the actual like percentages here, somebody did the math on this. Wraith is 33 square centimeters. Lifeline, Bloodhound, Mirage, and Bangalore are all pretty close to where that is. Some are a little bit more, but it's not all that much of a difference. When you take a look at Pathfinder, he is 90% larger for his hitbox. Caustic is 105% larger, and Gibraltar is 140% larger than Wraith in terms of hitbox. Dude, what? Hold on a second. So you're telling me that if somebody chooses Wraith and somebody else chooses Gibraltar, if you're the Wraith player, you have a target that's 2.5 times larger to shoot at. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. Of course you're going to hit more shots, and that is totally unbalanced. Now, Gibraltar is kind of a weird one because he does have that gun shield if he's aiming down sight. So even if we take a step back here and we go to the second worst character, Caustic, that's just completely unfair. Caustic is still 2 times as large of a target than Wraith is, and that's just, that is insane. That is absolutely crazy, and I personally think it's a little bit broken. I do not think it should be like that. And on top of that, not only is it just a bigger target, but again, like I said, the movements and stuff play a role. So like Wraith, when she's being all weird and like Naruto running and whatever else, her hitbox is tiny and it's moving around all over the place. That's why sometimes when you shoot it, you feel like you should be getting hits and you aren't. Whereas something like Gibraltar or Caustic or whatever else, they're big and they just kind of lumber around in a straight line and they don't really move too much. So it's just like a big box target to shoot at, you know what I mean? So like, dude, this is bad. I mean, there's no reason to choose any of those big characters. This is such a big deal. Like, if I were you guys, I would definitely stay on the left end of the spectrum until this ends up getting changed, which I'm assuming it will. One of the devs did say on Reddit that they're aware of this and they're talking about what they can do to fix it. I mean, it's kind of a hard problem because obviously if you have different sized characters, you don't want to make it so that like Gibraltar's arms don't actually get hit, you know what I mean? So it's a tough problem to solve, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, this is a big deal. I wanted to make sure you guys knew about this. Definitely stay in the left end of that spectrum and be a smaller, harder to hit target in this game. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. Peace out.